following episode contains explicit content. You've been warned.
Hey, whoa. You're the problem.
No,
You're the problem.
This is
Everybody wants to be something they're not and have shit they ain't got.
I don't know how good that
It
was.
was not good at all.
That was not good at all.
Shit.
That was shit. Okay, so welcome to another exciting edition of Brain Snacks with Jaxon and Max.
Hello, beautiful ones.
Hello, pretty peoples. We are coming to you live again. Well, to each other, at least.
Yeah.
Live from my office / living room, sitting room. What you got for me today, bruh?
Well, you know, I got the Florida man.
Oh,
Florida man of the week.
never disappoints.
No, we don't disappoint. I'm serious. It's so crazy how it doesn't disappoint.
What you got?
All right. So this one I'm gonna need. I need your help. Maybe trying to flesh this story out a little bit because I am confused. But this is what it is. So we got a crime down in Florida. Florida man upset.
Shocking.
Of course, you know we're coming in with the crime. Florida man upset over free pizza offer. It's a free pizza offer. Points gun at patrons. Deputies say. So, man faces 6 counts of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon after free pizza offer. So yeah, he goes into this Cuban restaurant down in Houston. Nope. Yeah, Houston, Florida. And he pulls out what the witnesses called a machine gun and points it at these people eating free pizza from the restaurant. And I'm like, I read through this, and I'm like, okay, like, is this guy like on the spectrum? Like, is something going on? And then it says this is the because those accepting the pizza from the restaurant had already eaten their food. Now, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me.
So was this an employee
That's
of the restaurant, or just?
There's so many holes. It's so weird. It's like, did this guy, was he a manager? Like, and he was pissed because like people were being offered free pizza? Like, I'm confused. But anyways, he was arrested, and yeah, that's it.
Okay, so
You found something else on it?
there was an argument between this guy, Andrade. I don't know how to say it. He became upset because those were accepting pizza from the restaurant after they had already eaten their food. But after the argument was when he went to his car, retrieved a firearm, and pointed at 6 patrons as he threatened to kill them. Somebody recorded the incident. How that isn't viral TikTok sensation, I don't know. I mean, come on, that's classic right there.
Yeah.
Detectives spotted an assault rifle through the pickup's windows, partly covered by a T-shirt.
Yeah, you're reading. I think you're reading the same article.
But I'm. They're not giving any details as to like the motivation or background of this guy's rationale or reasoning.
Which leads me now to wonder if it was ever even about pizza at all. You know, I wonder if the news just being the news.
I'm seeing every story on this is like, again, here's my conspiracy. It's Operation Mockingbird. It's literally copy and paste from every website. Yeah. Every website that I see.
I don't doubt it.
I
mean, it just seems like it's just a weird little story. There's just not. It's like, what? It leaves you with more questions than answers.
I found another one where somebody had posted the Polk County Sheriff's tweet about this.
Polk County
Sheriff's
All right,
Office.
well, that's a different county than what I saw. I saw Lee County. but
Polk County, Florida. That's according to this
all
one.
right.
Now I'm gonna say that it says that he shot the only the only thing that got shot was a vehicle. He shot a vehicle apparently, but attempted second-degree murder, shooting into an occupied vehicle, tampering with evidence. Oh, nope. This is a completely different Florida man.
Okay.
My mistake. Here's another Florida man. A Central Florida man took out his anger over nearby construction work by shooting into a vehicle over the weekend, earning him 2 attempted murder charges.
bet you wish you would have just listened to the jackhammer.
Right. Well, I don't live I live like kind of in a subdivision, but like you've been to my house, wide open space. Yeah. Like it really, you have to be really fucking loud for me to hear anything, but you
very Dixie Chicks out there.
Yeah, it's very Dixon Chicks. Spaces. I said very Dixon Chicks.
Very loud.
You'd have to be very loud with construction for it to wake me up or bother me. And now you've got where you live. I mean, you're stacked on top of each other.
Literally, all I hear from my neighbor. She's not elderly, but she's probably in her 60s. She has a dog named Gizmo, and she's always fucking screaming at Gizmo about something at fucking 8 o'clock in the morning. I know it's got, God damn it, Gizmo. She probably hears me right now making fun of her. We don't.
Are you making fun?
Speak.
It's a casual observation. It's not making fun.
Anyways, go ahead.
Well, I'm gonna say, I understand this guy's problem because I used to live in a very like tightly packed residential area where you would hear people working on stuff and it would wake you up. And I mean, I've been a musician for most of my life. I've been a night owl, like seriously, probably 99% of my life at this point. And I'm usually sleeping when people start working regular stuff. Like if you're working a construction job, you're going to be working at something from 7 to 5 or 9 to 5, but usually construction workers start earlier. So yeah, I can get why this guy is pissed, especially if he's somebody that kind of sleeps in.
Yeah.
And I sympathize with him. I really do. But in addition to 2 counts of attempted murder, this guy also faces charges of shooting into an occupied vehicle and tampering with evidence. It doesn't give any more. And this is another one where maybe there's just too many Florida men to report on that they can't give a plethora of information.
You're probably right there. I mean, there's probably a lot going on, but still, like, this whole pizza situation. I'm seriously wondering if it was even about pizza at all, and that was just
maybe it was about the pedophiles.
Is Pizzagate?
Is this Pizzagate?
No,
Pizzagate 2.0.
No, yeah, it probably was. To be honest with you, no, I mean, I don't know. It just goes to show you, you know, like I'll click on it because it sounds crazy, you know. That's just class that's how that shit works, boy.
Yeah. Well, I have there's exciting news coming in from the sciences and American sciences at that. Although every single person probably has a very foreign sounding name and probably speaks heavily with an accent.
All right.
Thank you, immigration, for making America great again. New York Times, this happened today. So this is Tuesday, December 13th, 2022. Scientists achieve nuclear fusion breakthrough with blast of 192 lasers.
Oh, freaking lasers. They put lasers on it.
Freaking lasers.
Freaking lasers on it.
So nuclear fusion is basically how the sun works, how stars work. It's hydrogen atoms bombarded with a plethora of heat that releases helium and energy. The reason that this is a breakthrough is that it used to take more energy pouring in to cause a fusion reaction than you would get out. This breakthrough and again, they literally just announced this today. They had a presser about it. They successfully completed a fusion reaction that produced more energy than they put in. So, and this is all about, this is a fascinating topic that I'm going to dive more into and maybe talk about in a future episode for some like serious brain snackage, because this is incredibly interesting, and the ramifications and repercussions and again, possibilities, both good and bad, are awesome, epic, again, to either degree, either good or bad, because all this technology that goes into fusion technology is super clean energy.
Yeah, we talked about that before, nuclear shit.
Yeah, well, nuclear is a slightly different reaction than the fusion reaction.
Well, I'm a moron, so you know what I mean?
Well, I don't know enough about it, so I can't speak definitively to it. But I know that there's a reason that they haven't tried. They haven't. We have a nuclear reactors, but not a nuclear fusion reactor. I don't know the particulars. Obviously, you know, I'm not a physicist, but I do play one on television. But I would like to say this is super dope because you're talking about potentially, again, it'll never be free because that's just not the way that the world works. But almost unlimited clean energy, hopefully on the cheap. After you get over the initial investment.
Right. Well, we were just talking about power grids and stuff on the last episode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So this is American based. The National Lawrence Livermore National Laboratory researchers are the ones that successfully did this, and the laboratory is the National Ignition Facility. And
Lawrence is lit.
At 1:30. Yes,
Lawrence is lit.
At 1:03 a.m. on December 5th, when 192 giant lasers at the laboratory's National Ignition Facility blasted a small cylinder about the size of a pencil eraser. That's smaller than your pinky nail. That contained a frozen nubbin, and they used the word nubbin, of hydrogen encased in diamond.
Oof.
So they melted a fucking diamond, dude.
Oh yeah.
That's brutal.
I hope they were listening to like Slayer.
In a moment lasting less than 100 trillionths of a second, 2.05 megajoules of energy, roughly the equivalent of a pound of TNT, bombarded the hydrogen pellet.
You look like you about to come.
Dude, this is exciting. This is exciting. Think of the implications for war.
It's very cool. Hey, whoa. You're the problem.
No,
you're the problem.
This is exactly where they're going to go with this. How can we weaponize
Who
this?
Is they though? Don't blame the scientists. The scientists are pure. Are they though? Well, who knows? I mean, it depends on how deep the pockets go.
Defense contractors, I mean, they get the largest sum of grant money, and I mean, they're the same technology based, you know, for the same technology that brought us the atomic bomb slowly brought us nuclear power, and now we have nucleer fusion reactions
from the makers of
from the makers of the atom bomb comes. That'd be a great
yesterday
commercial.
I was driving and I heard this good joke from Theo Vaughn. It's a good one-liner. He said I used to say this thing sometimes. I used to say, let's play Hiroshima or I'll lay on my back and you blow the fuck out of me.
Too soon? No, it's definitely not too soon.
That's from the makers of Hiroshima comes.
But no, the possibilities of this are like amazing.
It sounds like it.
And it's gonna be interesting. They say that we could potentially have nuclear fusion power plants in as little as 10 years. That means we probably already have nuclear fusion bombs that we just don't talk about.
Yeah, probably.
Well, okay. So, and this isn't conspiracy mind kind of thing. This is how the military industrial complex works, is that you always want to stay 1, 2, 3, 4, a dozen steps ahead of the enemy, or competing nations, whether that's technologically, militarily. Again, I think everything now is kind of just all melded together. So if they're announcing that this technology, they've successfully tested it, I was like, dude, they've had that for like 15 years.
Probably.
You know, it's just now it's like, okay, well, other countries are kind of getting close to it because the CIA has been spying on them, the NSA has been spying on them, and it's just like, okay, China is about to announce that they have successfully done nuclear fusion reaction tests, and we're just like, America's first.
Yeah.
Push the button, make the announcement.
Let's got it. Been there, done that.
We're number one. Hey, we were the first to go to the moon. We're the first to get nuclear fusion reaction. We're the first for the atom bomb.
Yep. And we're
first
for suicide too, right?
Oh, we may not be first for suicide. I'm not sure.
Japan is. And I heard that today. Don't quote me on it.
Come on, people. Got to start offing yourselves in higher numbers. We got to be number one.
We have got to be fucking QVC. We have got to get these suicide numbers up for a limited time.
Oh, okay. So yeah, no, that's some fun science news that, landmark achievement, the first time that it's publicly recorded that there's been a nuclear fusion reaction.
Well,
that generated more output power than it took in.
And that's the bottom line.
So what's your next story, bro?
Coming from a different realm of science, we'll call it
fiction?
No, we'll call it
I
don't know. We'll call it not weird science. We'll call it folk science, okay? Coming over here from folk science, at the same time that we've got this nuclear fusion, we also have in the North Pole a Santa shortage.
Santa? There's a Santa shortage?
There's a goddamn Santa shortage.
Are you serious? There's a Santa shortage?
I'm serious. And there's a bunch of stuff in here I bet people at home did not know about Santas. And I'm about to get into it right now. This is from NPR. Once again,
of course,
yeah, like this is what's important over there. Like it's freaking, oh my God, whatever. So inflation has reached the North Pole as Santa shortage 5 times fast. Santa shortage.
Say Santa shortage.
Santa shortage. Santa shortage.
Yeah, I get twice. And that's it.
And so it turns out that Santa might actually not be coming to town, or at least it may be harder to book him than it was in Christmases past. So basically, during the pandemic, a lot of the Santa, it was hard on the Santa community for people for the people that book Santas for their family shits or gatherings or whatever, offices.
Yeah.
And
most of them were old.
That's the thing. It's that I don't know how many. It doesn't get macabre and talk about Santa deaths in 2020.
what is?
But it does say they had like an aside from an actual Santa who says that he's like, hey, we are all kind of fat and most of us are diabetic and we're over the age of 60. So during this pandemic, we were not really doing it.
Just dropping like flies.
Yeah. Some of them I saw some images
Santa.
and we can throw one up of a Santa that when they would come and visit in 2020 or 2021, they would be in basically a big bubble, a snow globe, and so you couldn't actually touch them. Or
there's a reason there's a Santa shortage is that everybody's on the lookout for pedophiles. People are tired of putting their kids on this pervert's knee.
Yeah.
Hey, what do you want for Christmas, little boy?
Yeah, right.
Not your finger in my asshole, Santa.
Get that out of there. So, anyways,
so Mickey Mouse voice.
So, anyways, this is all this information comes from the head elf, aka Mitch Allen, out of Fort Worth, Texas, who runs one of the world's largest staffing agencies for holiday entertainers called HireSanta.com. So,
that's a very narrow niche.
This guy is a 40-year-old virgin. So yeah. So anyway, so they have a shortage, and now there's all this demand because people are trying to. They say that people are trying to make up for lost time, or they're coming in heavy, basically. So
coming in hot with Santa.
Their wages are going up, so it's a good time to be a Santa. If you have a white beard already, you can join this is one of the things I learned. There is an organization that exists called the International Brotherhood of Real Bearded Santas, abbreviation IBRBS. And this is basically the world's largest.
That sounds like an extreme case of irritable bowel syndrome.
Yeah. Yeah. There's something about Ruth Bader Ginsburg in there too. IBRB. Anyways, that is the world's largest organization of professional Santas, Mrs. Clauses, and associates. So yeah.
I will say this, at almost every Velcro Pygmy show we play, there is a guy
there's a Santa.
Yeah, he's like 60 years old-ish or more, and he's kind of a little husky.
Yeah.
And he's got a great big full white beard. I'm just like, how is there a Santa shortage?
Right. I see him all the time. And that's something that a lot of people don't know about Santa is that when he's not doing North Pole stuff, he also rides motorcycles. That's something that, gets overlooked a lot. These Santas ride out to your local bar,
Santa, Santa riding a Harley. Okay.
But anyways, cool. Yeah, so there's that.
Now I've got one. Let's just do one more story. Let's keep this a little shorter today. I do have the last story I have. This is going to be delving slightly into the conspiracy, slightly into the true crime, because this story broke today, 4 hours ago, according to Axios. I ran across this as I was getting set up to record, and this alarm bells go off as soon as I read this headline, and has nothing to do with the government. Could have something to do with government, but I think this is more like organized crime.
Okay.
Not all conspiracies involve the government, people. 3-alarm fire erupts at New York Police Department evidence warehouse.
Oh, shit.
Evidence warehouse on fire.
Yeah, man.
An ongoing 3-alarm fire burned parts of evidence storage warehouse operated by the New York Police Department at one of its impounds on Tuesday. Again, today, the day of this recording, according to Police Chief Jeffrey Madry. Why it matters? The warehouse in Erie Basin Auto Pond in Red Hook, Brooklyn, houses vehicles and evidence, including DNA material seized through police investigations, though the exact extent of the damage was not known and probably still isn't known as of this time. The reason for that is that this fire is probably going to go on for a few days.
Oh, wow.
Before they're able to fully extinguish it.
And where was it again? Say it again. New York
City. It was in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
And what kind of building was it? You said just the evidence building.
It's an impound.
Yeah.
Auto impound. But it wasn't just for vehicles. So they also had warehouse and conjure up any buddy cop movie where they're going into the evidence locker. Yeah. And then there's just rows and rows and rows and rows of shelving that's filled with boxes. Yeah. Well, I mean, guess what? Cardboard's pretty combustible material.
Yeah. Along
with all the paper that's in there. And as I'm looking at this and reading it, it's for right now, we do not know too much about it, so it will be an active investigation. So they won't be able to figure out how the fire started, if it was arson or just like some random electrical fire, until they're actually able to completely extinguish it, and then they can get the arson investigators in there. Now, here's the fun thing that nobody talks about is that arson investigation and determining like the actual cause of a fire is very much just like interpretation art.
Mm-hmm.
So similar to how they used to do fingerprint analysis, it's a lot more sophisticated now, obviously, but just as a comparison, like when they would dust for fingerprints, they would hold up 2 fingerprints side by side, put them over each other. It's like, oh, the lines match. It's like, well, it's all interpretation. But with these arson investigators, I mean, they get it wrong about as often as they get it right.
Yeah.
And I'm not hating on anybody that does that, but I mean, any degree or certificate that you can get in a matter of months does not necessarily qualify you as an expert.
Wow. I didn't realize that, man.
So I'm anxious to see how this story progresses. I'm going to bookmark this and revisit it from time to time and see if there's any new news, because if any of these investigations were ongoing or pending trial, any of that evidence that was destroyed is now lost. It's gone. It can't be admitted as evidence. Yeah. They don't have backups of like a murder weapon. They don't have backups of somebody's DNA sample.
Yeah. Cut to Tony. He's like, yeah, man, they had the wrong fucking dumpster outside.
Cut to Tony Soprano. Hey, that's you, motherfucker. So yeah, I'm thinking this was very much, again, some kind of organized crime, or, I mean, I'm a fan of the show Breaking Bad. Yeah. I mean, it could be a drug dealer. It's just like, yeah, my boy ain't going to jail. Firebomb.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
Or it could be an inside op.
Well, I'm not going to say that all police officers are assholes. I'm not saying all police officers are racist. I'm also not going to say that all police officers are honest.
Mm.
Some people are going to be on the take.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe somebody got a little envelope full of hundies, and they were just like, hey, I need you to go put this box in the evidence of case file number blah, blah, blah. Did I fucking ask you to ask questions?
There it is.
Do what you fucking told. Boom. Well, there wasn't a boom.
Explosion. It
was just fire. Just a fire. And personnel at the warehouse, as I've said, it's the warehouse also contained large amounts of combustible material, including lithium batteries inside electric bikes and scooters. Like, yeah, pretty bad.
That's fucking awesome.
The chief said contractors initially observed the fire in shelving inside the warehouse and alerted department personnel. So the fire started inside, not like within the vehicle area. So like where the evidence boxes
in there
are contained.
Yeah.
Yes. In the shelving where all those combustible cardboard boxes.
Cool.
So there's a fun one. That's a conspiracy that's completely unrelated to potential conspiracy theory, completely unrelated to anything government related.
Well, that's
more than likely.
And that's the bottom line.
And that's the name of this. That's the name of this episode title. The bottom line.
Cool.
You have anything else for me?
I don't have anything else for you. No, other than this old PP.
It's a young PP.
I don't know. Still got
a Pepe. So, yeah. I call it Pepe. I call it Pepe.
Got a little growing to do.
I'm a grower, not a shower.
Not ripe yet. Not ripe for picking.
It's not ripe for. Okay, so I'll leave everybody with this note. I don't want to do it. I don't want to go into into big details on it. But yeah, we'll shut it down with saying the CDC urges masking to return as triple demic surges.
Hey.
So we're on the big three, baby. Big three. And then Strep A's making a comeback, bro.
Oh yeah.
And Strep A is just all like was it not LL Cool J. Don't call us a comeback. I've been here for years. I'm just like, yeah, LL Cool J is all about that shit. So Strep A is not back. It's always been here, but now it's really bad.
Oh yeah, man. It's worse than it's ever been.
Make sure all you asshats at home get your flu vaccine. Get your strep vaccine.
Get the jabs, man.
Oh, they just came up with an mRNA vaccine for cancer, which officially classifies cancer as a virus and not a mutation. They didn't actually come out and say that, but when you call something a vaccination is to protect against a virus. Boom. And with that, we are two confident idiots saying, we are not doctors. You should not listen to us.
Under any circumstance.
Do not, I am not giving you medical advice, and do whatever you got to do
for you and your boo
boo.
All right.
We synced up on the boo.
Did.
So we love you guys. Stay safe. Mask up. Don't mask up. Hug your wife. Kiss your wife.
And touch yourself.
Beat your dog. Or I mean, if you're single,
and
little nipple rub
if you want to. So,
or just edge. Have a nice hour-long edge.
Grow a beard and become a Santa. Go to hiresanta.com. Sponsor to this podcast.
You got to check, dude.
Yeah, I got to check.
Okay, well, we're going to talk about this off camera.
We'll bust up the money later, dude.
All the love in the world, guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
See you guys.
Peace.